Welcome to our school's podcast. Here we're going to show you how teachers, parents, and pupils can share advice, tips, and know-how to bring the best out of all of us. Learning is a joint experience, and through our series of interviews, we can all learn more and achieve even greater things. Here is this week's host.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, of course, to the hit podcast, Boys and Girls of Georgia Gwinnett College. This is the Grizzly Talk Podcast with your host, Kennedy Patterson, boys and girls. Welcome back. It's good to be back, of course, in the studio here. We're live in Swanky Studios, of course. We're giving you guys a really cool podcast. We're going to talk about a lot of good things here on today's podcast. It is, of course, a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. I know normally I would do my podcast mainly in the morning or early afternoon so I can have it out for you guys. I'll be honest with you guys. Yesterday was a fun day. Honestly, you guys have made my day yesterday. Yesterday was my birthday. And of course, we were doing some live streaming for you guys. I cooked my famous breakfast dishes for you guys on Instagram Live. And you guys really enjoyed it. So I really want to thank all of you guys who tuned into the live stream, and also all my friends on the Grizzly Talk podcast who just helped make my birthday so special by just commenting or messaging me a personal message of happy birthday, y'all. Y'all are just great. Really good. So yeah, like I said, yesterday was my birthday. Today's May 13th, so, my birthday celebration is over. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the little live stream. We had a lot of people enjoy it. I want to give a couple of students shout outs. Some of the students I've known about it, and I actually got an email today from my advisor, Miss Jen. She enjoyed the live stream and the podcast in general, and of course she emailed me about some stuff I needed to check. But shout out to her for sure, because, it goes a long way when even your advisor listens to you. It just they're so proud at what you're doing. So it's just really, I don't know, it's just a really good moment there, and I really like that feeling of making sure that people are actually proud and actually liking what we're doing for Grizzly Talk Podcast and GTP 94.6 radio station in general. Speaking of that radio station, please be sure to listen to that radio station. If you have not yet already, it's only available Spotify or iTunes. You go in there, you type in Grizzly Talk, GTP 94.6, the radio station, so that way you can tune in for the radio station live with us, whether it's the Grizzly Talk Podcast, whether it's content from GGC Athletics, or whether it's content from GGC in general. So we're going to get on to the fun news announcements today. I wanted to talk about some things that really piqued my interest today, and it's very interesting that I saw this article on their site. This article came out today, and it was really good that they did this, because I actually posted, if you guys didn't know about the post earlier today, I posted something on our, of course, Grizzly Talk Podcast Instagram. I am a filmmaker, and I am a film director, so I am making a new film called Guardians, and I wanted to light up the mood for you guys out there, and we posted a little snippet from our hit new movie coming out later this summer called Guardians. People really liked the character we added in there. Of course, I have Coda. That was the character in purple, and then I have Wi-Fi Man. So, the movie is epic, and I can't wait for you guys to really see it. But based on the article today, they published today, and it's just really cool that they did this, because I posted something with my film, and then they did an article today. The Board of Regents and University System of Georgia approved GGC's request for a Nexus degree in professional sound design in film and television on May 12th, yesterday, my birthday. To offer this degree, GGC must obtain Southern Association of College and School Commissions on Colleges, the SACSCOC, approved to become offer as a curriculum in the year 2021. Georgia is the top destination for film and television production, says Dr. TJ Arendt. Very, very well said, Dr. Arendt. Georgia is the top destination for film and television. It is true. I have my studio here in Atlanta. You look at all these other studios. You got Pinewood Studios, ladies and gentlemen, a little trivia for you. If you don't know about Pinewood Studios, that is the studio that does particularly almost every Marvel movie. If you went out and saw Avengers Endgame, they filmed it right here in Atlanta in Pinewood. My inspiration, Tyler Perry Studios, is also definitely here in Atlanta. So it feels really good to add, my studio, Swanky Studios, also another studio here in Atlanta. It just really, it really gets me excited about it. And to see that, GGC is implementing a new degree to experience in the world of cinema and media production is very, very good. Now, Dr. TJ Aaron, he's the Senior Vice President of Academic and Student Affairs and Provost, of course. We're excited to be working with our community partners to prepare students for the fast-growing industry. Ladies and gentlemen, honestly, yes, it is a very, very fast-growing industry in the terms of film. A lot of my friends, shout out to Zach and Armand and Chris Ingram and Miles Evans, because they're also obtaining their film degree, and they ask me, why am I not a film major? Unfortunately, I started school in 2015, and back then they didn't have a film degree in 2015. And as I got more into my degree field is business administration and concentration in marketing, which honestly you can go hand in hand with film, because you can't help market films. So marketing kind of goes hand in hand with film and production. But as I got more developed in my program, of course, I am on student loans, and I'm not afraid to tell you guys that I am on financial aid student loans. So when you take out so much money, you're so deep in your program, and you try to switch it all over again, it is a lot of money wasted, and it's just a lot of time wasted, and you have to start all the way back over. So I have no desire of starting back over and obtaining a film degree, even though that would have been awesome. I'm so deep in my program, and that's to answer that question to everyone out there who often ask, why am I not a film major? I have my two professors, Dr. Bosley, shout out to Dr. Bosley and Dr. Rusnak. Dr. Rusnak in particular, she asks me, why am I not a film major? It's like, well, we didn't have it yet when I first started, so I had to think of another plan. So to that point, this is a fast-growing industry, and everyone wants a piece of that pie, honestly. That this enormous economic impact, of course, the Georgia Department of Economic Development reported that film and television production generates a total income impact of $9.5 billion in the year of 2018, that fiscal year. That is true, because there's, again, a lot of films were filmed here in Atlanta. GGC Nexus courses will be taught on site at the Georgia Film Academy. That's really good. I have professors that were telling me about that, and it's good that they're doing something like that, and they're really implementing the Georgia Film Academy. Again, shout out to Dr. Resnick. She told me about Georgia Film Academy in particular, and she wanted this to happen. It was on the works, and then there's a lot of contracts and a lot of signing. There's a lot of things that go on with this kind of thing. But finally, it's approved with the GFA instructors, as well as on GGC campus throughout distant education. Course requirements includes 42 hours of general education, 18 hours of specialized courses that include the study of on-set productions, sound designs, and on-set internship. Ladies and gentlemen, honestly, this is a great idea. And if GDN, Grizzly Digital Network, Matt Mahoney, if you're listening to our podcast, here's the opportunity to get more students for GDN on-set production. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in that on-set production, let me know, and I can get you guys contact with Mr. Matt Mahoney, because, again, I've had my on-set production experience through GDN with GGC Athletics. So if you're really interested in that field, that on-set production, sound design, or on-set internship, let us know, and we can get you hooked up with GDN, because it's a grand opportunity for you guys to come apart and be a part of that. Because on-set production, I'll give you guys a little tidbit. I've been on-set production with GDN for about 4 years, and I was able to not only be on set with the games, but I was able to travel. Little backstory for you guys: I was able to travel to Orange Beach, Alabama, Delray Beach, Florida, and Denver, Colorado. That trip was my favorite, because that was a big trip that we took out there with GDN and both men's and women's soccer team, and we were able to build production in Denver, Colorado. So that is just an experience of a lifetime that you do not want to pass up, and I'm pretty sure that GDN is going to have more experiences like this on set production later on in years to come. So if you're interested in this field, let us know. Let me know in particular. Of course, you can email Matt Mahoney, because he's the coordinator, but if you want to get it through me and then I'll pass it on, I will pass it on. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of GGC community, if you're really interested in this, a lot of unsaid internship is available around Atlanta too. So it really, really is good. Now, this, sadly, I was planning on doing something with this and seeing if I can get this when it comes to sound design as an internship for a course for the GGC students, but they won't start this until 2021, and of course I'll be long and graduated by then, so you never know what's going to happen. So we'll keep in touch with this idea of having the podcast as a sound design in terms of podcasting. So the Nexus degree springs the idea of emerging the USG's ongoing College 2025 incentive, which seeks to refine and the delivery of accessible public higher education to meet the 21st century learning and career needs. Again, this is the 21st century learning and career needs. This is a career that, it's not going away. It's not going anywhere. Atlanta is still going to be a top player when it comes to film and production and finding sources and finding film projects all over Atlanta. So that's not going anywhere, honestly. Georgia Gwinnett College turns 15. Of course, 15 years ago, the Xbox 360 console was made its way into teenagers' bedrooms. It sure made it to my bedroom. I had an Xbox 360. A new video sharing platform called YouTube was created. And of course, 15 years ago, May 10th, 2005, the former Georgia governor Sony Perdue signed Senate Resolution 33, authored by the Senate, Don Belfort, which offers a brand new unnamed college in Gwinnett College. The product of Gwinnett College for the region, GGC was created for those with the best needs of its citizens and economy. So again, ladies and gentlemen, 15 years ago, GGC was born, and of course, we were celebrating 15 years of GGC. Honestly, I remember when I first started and we celebrated the 10 years of GGC back in 2015. So to see that it's, 15 years later, and it's about 5 years later since I've seen that, GGC is a growing school, honestly, and I just can't wait for the future of it. I can't wait to see what else they bring to the table when it comes to GGC. So to help celebrate GGC 15, please, I challenge you guys to kind of post maybe a memorable moment you've had at GGC, of course, appropriate, of course. Just a good memorable moment at GGC to help celebrate GGC turning 15 this year. So honestly, I am proud of GGC. I never thought, I came into GGC. I love GGC so much. And I love you guys, honestly, for you guys staying tuned and you guys are listening to our podcast show each and every day that we do it. So I appreciate it for sure for the GGC student body. So that's going to wrap it up here for the Grizzly Talk podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's show. Let me know what you think about the new degree, the Nexus course degree for the film and cinema production. Honestly, I'm in that field and I can tell you all about it. Not so much about it. I'm not a super pro at it because there's some people that's been in the film industry way longer than I have. But, I can tell you stories in and day out on each time I've been on a set and I've been on production before. And it's very tedious, but it's very fun because you're really creating art and you're really forming up that different art style to it. And it's amazing. It really is a fun thing to be in. And you're doing something that you really enjoy doing, for sure. So before we let you guys go, please be sure to follow our Instagram. Of course, it's Grizzly_Talk. Again, that's Grizzly_Talk. Over 1,700 followers strong. You guys made that possible. I love you guys for that. And also, please be sure to follow us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, SoundCloud, iTunes, and of course Spotify, and as well as the GTP 94.6, the radio station. So that's going to do it for tonight's episode, the Grizzly Talk podcast with your host, Kennedy Patterson. Hopefully you guys enjoy this podcast for sure. And a little tidbit for you guys. Stay tuned later this week because we're going to be announcing our line 2 of the GGC athletic apparels and items that we're going to give away, of course, to you students coming later in fall of 2020 and maybe possibly spring of 2021. So stay tuned for that for sure. That's going to do it for the podcast. I'm Kennedy Patterson. Stay safe and go Grizzlies.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater greater things. Thank you.